Good morning, all empathic sensitive souls. I don't even know if this is working. I just did a completely live video and it was 10 seconds worth and it disappeared. I have no idea. It is definitely a Monday morning. Is it still in Mercury in retrograde? Because that would explain a few things. At any rate, I did draw a card already, the listening card. It was the strangest thing. I had two videos going at the same time, which I don't know how that is possible. And the only one that posted was the one for 10 seconds, which was me looking quizzically as I saw the thing loopy, loopy, loopy. We're loopy, loopy, loopy this morning, let me tell you. The listening card. I love this card. It's gorgeous. I love the little bird singing to the elephant, and the elephant is just listening. An open heart will hear the message. Are you feeling that you're not being heard? That perhaps your needs aren't valid, that your song will go unsung? Now's the time to bring your message to the world, to speak up. It's time for your voice to resound through your sphere of influence. This is the moment to say what you mean and ask for what you want. But it also has another meaning. Are you listening to someone who's trying to speak to you? Are you refusing to listen to them? Instead of hearing what they're saying, hearing what you want to hear. It's time to stop being in that state of denial and listen to what they're saying. This card always brings freedom if you heed its advice. The listening card. I love this card. I just got back from vacation. While I was on vacation, we toured a battleship, and I'm not one for climbing up and down tubes on ladders. I'm claustrophobic on the best of days. That would have set me into a tizzy. And to climb down seven layers to get to the bottom of the ship, I was okay staying on deck. And as I was standing there, a gentleman that was in the Vietnam War, he was a volunteer, and he came through to do whatever the volunteers do. And I stopped and I talked to him and listened to him. And the information that he had and the stories that he told was astounding. The gentleman volunteer that was there to direct the groups of people where to go had a ton of stories too. And I was listening to them two banter back and forth. And it was amazing just listening, asking a question here or there, but the amount of information that they had was wow. When I was in high school and I had to do a report on the war, these guys would have been the guys to talk to. So just listen. I found a lot of people as I was shopping, standing in line. Everybody is so used to being in their own little bubble and being protected and being by themselves, even in a crowded space, that I would break that ice and say, hey, is this the line I'm supposed to be in? Do you know where I'm supposed to go? We don't have stores like this here. And just asking a question, people would open up. And you could see their face just light up like, oh my gosh, somebody sees me. I'm not invisible. And children and animals are always drawn to me. Puppies always want to be petted. They always try to pull towards me. Which, of course, I'm okay because I love animals. But it was interesting that if you just stand and listen or ask a question and listen, the information that you would receive. At the hotel, I'd go down for breakfast every morning, and I met a couple from Argentina. And where in Argentina? Patagonia. Oh my gosh. Fascinating. I'm like, that must have been one heck of a long flight. I said, isn't Patagonia? You can't go any further south than Patagonia. Isn't the only thing further south is what, Antarctica? And they're like, yeah. So it was just amazing the people that you can meet. If you're open and engaging and asking questions, being curious, and then sitting back and listening. Now, last night, I finally pulled in my driveway about 7 o'clock. Whew, that was a trip and a half. But my niece called, and she kind of left me alone all week. I'm her go-to person, the person that she vents to, that she shares her trials and tribulations of raising the kids and whatever else is going on in her life. And she had to talk a lot of things out. She didn't get to use all of her words that day, I guess. And I had to listen, but my mind kept wandering. And I kept having to say, what was that? Can you repeat that? She's like, are you listening? I'm trying. And she knew how tired I was, how exhausting it was traveling and being crammed in a seat that I'm not a short person. And trying to cram myself into a seat with no leg room, and it really messed with my knee. So my focus was on my knee, and I had to keep pulling back to the conversation. I was trying to keep listening, and it was hard, but I got through it. And for me being able to speak and say what I need to say, especially in the workplace, it's really hard as an empath because we read the room and we feel the emotion, and we don't want to throw our thoughts out there and everybody stomp on them, because that hurts, because they're our thoughts. It's a personal thing. But as you work on healing yourself, your emotions, work through why you feel the way you feel, and why sometimes you don't feel like you're okay enough to say what you need people to hear. And you have to work through that. And you have to stand your boundaries, you have to stand in your power, you have to stand in your truth and be yourself. And if you want to get to that point where you can go into work and say, hey, that's not, I don't know, can I say something? I want to talk about X, Y, and Z. This is how I feel about it. This is what I think about it. And when you stand in your truth, how can they deny? But to get to that point, if you're not there yet and you want to work on getting there, you want to work on releasing the panic and the anxiety and those feelings that you're not good enough to use your voice, let me know. As intuitive emotional healer, that's what I do. I help people work through that, navigate through that. And some people will ask, well, you still have issues. Well, of course I do. Life is a spiral. You keep healing and you keep going around and you look at it from a different angle and you heal it again. Will I ever get to where I'm fully healed and zen with the world? At the rate I'm going, I don't think so. But that's okay, because I continually work on myself. Being in a city where I knew 2-3 people max kind of threw me for a loop because it was so out of my comfort zone. But I was able to talk to people and chit chat, and I didn't feel so alone in a gigantic city with crowds of people. And I would listen to what they had to say. And everybody had so much information about where to go, what sites to see. Oh, you should try this. Oh, you should go here for supper. Oh, this is a great place for lunch. It was amazing. And all it required was a little curiosity, being a little open, and asking the question and receiving all the information. I hope that you guys had a fantastic week last week. Mine was amazing. I hope that this week goes good. I will check back in on Wednesday and check in to see how everyone's doing. Bye for now, everyone.